Hey, Mike McGroarty here from mikesbackyardnursery.com. Make sure you go to the website, mikesbackyardnursery.com, and get on our email list so that you can get all of the updates and stuff that Dustin sends out. So what I want to do today is I want to kind of give you a crash course in potting. Probably not something that we've done in a long time. And I'm getting ready to hire help here, and it's always a frustrating experience because they tend to invent their own system for potting, and it's never as good or as efficient as mine, and so I find that very frustrating. So here's what I do. I'll show you exactly what I do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is my magic number, I guess. We'll put a little bit of soil in here before the wind takes these things away. When I put the soil in, a lot of times I will put it high on one side. So you're probably not going to be able to see it because it's going to move. But I like it high on one side, and the reason I do that is because I'm going to put my tags in right now, because trying to push these tags in when you're already done is a real pain in the butt. 1, 2, 8 tags. And then with that soil on the high side, that's just enough to keep the tag standing upright through the rest of the potting process. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to drop in the plants. Now these are some ornamental onions that I had them planted over there, and I dug one up this morning. And I remember a couple weeks ago I made that tool for shaking out bare root. I used it this morning. I didn't videotape it. I should have, because I kind of thought I was going to do another bunch, but I don't think I will, because I'm probably going to get 49 plants out of this bunch, and that's more than enough for what I have, because I probably already have 50 over there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I did is I busted the clump all up. I used that tool, banged it around, and then I had to tear them apart. These things had a lot of new growth on them because I'm a little bit late getting them done. So I went ahead and cut the tops off, and now I'm going to get them potted, and I'm sure they'll be fine. That one didn't have many roots, but we're going to give it a chance. We kind of recycle everything around here, so if it dies, we can reuse the pot, we can reuse the tag, and we can reuse the potting soil. So I put my plant in and I don't want this way down deep like that. I only want, this isn't a great one because there's not a lot of roots. So I pack it down, but not that tight, because you want everything to breathe. You want it to drain, so you're not. I had somebody here, they would put soil in there, then they would pound it down. It's just completely wrong. You really want the soil to be nice and loose. So this one's got a real nice root system. So I'm going to put it in there, keep my tag standing up. So I really want the crown of the plant, which is where the roots start, just very close to the top of the container. So I'm going to hold it like that, put the soil on there, give it back down, and then I take my fingers and I level it off a little bit. We don't want them over full, because we still have to put fertilizer on there and a weed control product. Just like that. In a couple days, I'll have people here. They're going to play with the plant. They're going to play with the dirt. They're going to play with their phone. They're going to text their friends, and I'm going to jump off a bridge. We will enforce the no cell phone rule. Even earbuds are a pain, because then they spend all day trying to select their music. So I'm old. It's my way or the highway. All right, just like that, potted. I'm going to give each one, this is Osmocote. I don't know. It's a 5 to 6 month release of Osmocote. Or I think it's Osmocote. Maybe it's full. I don't even know, because I alternate back and forth. I don't know. But either Osmocote, it's a 5 to 6 month release of Osmocote. It's got micronutrients. 18-5-12, I think, is one of them. As long as it's got to be slow release. Do not put garden fertilizer on your plants, or you might as well just set them on fire. because they will be dead the very next day. So 1 tablespoon per plant. I spread it around a little, not a lot. It takes this stuff 5 to 6 months to release, so it's not like it's just going to go dumping a whole bunch of nitrogen on there. Then my handy cheese grater, you notice it's got pretty big holes. I'm gonna give you a little heads up. Once you use this thing for like weed control products, you are not gonna get this lid off again. It just doesn't happen. That powder gets in there and you fight with it. So what we do is we just set it in the container with the weed control. This is Snapshot. That's what I'm using now. It's a pre-emergent. It works pretty good, so it's basically the one we've been using for years now. We put it in there, and then we take a scoop or something and we pour, and we actually fill it through these little holes on the top. It doesn't take as long as you would think. It takes far less time than fighting with this thing trying to get the lid off. So just a sprinkle. You want this, you can't pile this up like I did the fertilizer. You have to spread it out over the surface of the soil, because what it does is it creates a vapor barrier, and when a weed seed starts to germinate, it just nips it in the bud like that. This stuff also works best when it's incorporated in the soil. So what I do is I stir it in just a little bit, which is better than nothing at all. That's it. Now, when you're putting this weed stuff on here, this Snapshot or whatever pre-emergent that you're going to use, you got to make sure that once you put it on there, one, you don't get it down in the crown of the plant. I can see here on the bright sun, I don't know what we're looking at, down in the crown of the plant. If you do, especially things like hostas and stuff that are going to really catch it, so when we're doing leafy stuff that's leafed off, we pull that up. When we kind of pull the plant up into a ponytail and then sprinkle the Snapshot around it, and then we rinse it when we water, and we rinse them off really, really well to make sure that we get all that off of there, because the pre-emergent herbicide can burn the plant, so you don't want that clinging to the leaves. So just kind of wanted to toss that in there. Put them in the wagon. When the wagon's full, I'll take the hose, soak them down real good, and then over there they go. So, all right, that's my my potting tutorial. Don't forget about our little secret society. You know what? Just watch the video, because you can buy plants like this there for probably a couple bucks a piece, maybe less, depending on who's selling them what time of the year. But it's nothing, and people sell quality stuff. A lot of times when you buy stuff from some mail order companies, not all, they've got this stuff stored in a giant warehouse somewhere, and it dries out, and they guarantee it, and then when it dies, you call them up, and then they send you some more not so good plants. Like I said, it's not all, but there are some. All right. I bought stuff from Bluestone Perennials right over here. They're a pretty big mail order internet seller. I firmly believe that they deliver really, really good quality. So I'm not going to say that about all of them, but I know there's a lot or some that we're just going to send you junk, and you're not going to be very happy, and you're going to pay a lot of money for it. You know, something like this, you probably pay 10 or 12 bucks from them. In our members area, you can buy it for $1.50, $2 usually, just depending on what it is. So anyway, I'll put a link down there, down by my feet, to the members area. Just click on it, take a look. Either interests you or not. But anyway, until next time, by any and all means, stay inspired.